Good morning, natural gas traders. Welcome to our weekly natural gas update, where I update you guys on natural gas every Saturday. And we will be doing technical analysis on natural gas and giving you guys support and business levels to look into, as well as the psychology of the price action of natural gas and what's the most likely scenario going forward for natural gas is going to be. All right, let's get into it. So we'll be breaking down NatGas as well as UNG. UNG is the tradable ticker for natural gas. And we'll take a quick look at BOIL, which is the leverage 2x ETF for longs, and KOLD, KOLD, which is the short for the leverage ETFs. So let's take a look right now. And last week, we were looking at the roughly right here. So we were saying the 4-hour guide is our trend guide for the 12 EMA. So this heel looking line is a 12 EMA. So all you have to do is go to the exponential moving average indicator, type that in, and put the 12 number in. You'll get this line. So these lines are usually they move with the price action. So this can tell you the which way is currently trending. So you can see it for 4-hour time frame right here is acting as resistance, and we finally broke out of that and we reversed. So that was the first time we want to see before price action reverse, which we did get that. And there was a little bit of a red flag for me on Friday through Thursday when we broke through this again. So we zoom into the chart even more. So that'll be in the hourly. And now we can see that Friday, now there's an hourly downtrend confirming this is the first move. This is the bounce. So now we're setting this high is lower than this high. And now we've broken through the prior low. So this low is lower than this low. Now that's a downtrend on the hourly. So now that's formed a downtrend on the hourly, meaning that it's now set. The on the daily chart are higher low. So this low is lower than this high. So now that lower high is set, this could potentially shape up a daily downtrend, meaning it'll break this low to shape up a daily downtrend. That's the most likely scenario. We're not going to say it's going to happen, but that's currently the most likely scenario due to the size of this pullback. And then the size of this bounce is too shallow for the bulls to potentially scout a higher low. So you can see if we pull out the Fibonacci's, we can see how far it actually retraced. So we have only bounced from this top of this move, A to B, this move, we have only bounced to roughly 38.2%. So within 32.8%, that's a bear flag. We did break above it, but that's a wick. So I would say it was still in 0.382 range. So we were going to say this would be a potential daily bear flag, meaning so bear flag shapes out like this. Now we go down, it can still bounce, but it can chop like this. And when we break this low, it means that is a confirmed bear flag with follow through from the bears. But as of now, obviously the bears need more follow through, but that's the most likely scenario that's going to happen. And so let's go on the bull side. So let's say if you're a bull, where should we be looking to hold? So let's take a look. So we had a support here and support here, as well as support here. So that would be my guide for support. So if let's say we pull back down here and we bounces off of here, then that's a good sign for the bulls because that's negating that daily downtrend as well as bear flag. So I'll be negating both of those if we do bounce from here and break above this high. That'll be the best sign the bulls can hope for. We come down here, bounce, and break above this high. We have now confirmed a daily uptrend because this pivot low is, so this pivot low is higher than this low, and then we break to a higher high from higher than this prior high. That would be uptrend confirmed. Just like you form this, break the prior low, that's a downtrend confirmed. And now we're just in between because of such a big move up and such a big move down. The most likely scenario is a equilibrium dropping within this zone. And but the thing is, this bounce was too shallow. So if this does curl up, then we could potentially get an equilibrium right there. So we'll see. See, this is also a bigger equilibrium too, just from prior channel that we are looking into for the past couple months. You can see this is resistance, resistance, and this is support, support, support for the channel. Maroon looking lines. And now if we do have this support right here, it's 3 touches. It's a valid support. Now we are actually forming a wedge. So that's could potentially play out into August. It doesn't have to play out till the end of the pattern. See, we might just tighten up into July and decide where it wants to break after that. It's been going sideways for quite a long time. Definitely, if you just start from January, this whole kind of like sideways slash range. The characteristics of natural gas price action is always a quick pop, and then we get like a fade for weeks. So you can see just this move right here, 43%, and then there was it that we just fade for the rest of the next couple of weeks. So the importance of trend change is very important. You can see this A to B move here. We had 0 trend changes. It's a straight shot up. You can see right here, straight shot up, and that's it. There was no trend change, meaning we didn't set a higher low, and then bounce to above the breaking the prior highs. From a trend change, so it's above move, and that's the most key thing. We set a daily higher low here, um, and then change the daily trend change. So we got some follow through from the bulls right after the trend change. You can see right here. That was a good sign. But then we hit this top of the zone of this resistance right here. So we'll have to see when bulls test this again. We're going to break over this or not. And for the hourly, so if you're a short-term trader, the hourly would be your guide. And currently, hourly is in a downtrend. So when we do change the hourly back to a uptrend, the bulls, then that's the very first sign for you that that's potentially setting a bottom on the daily, just like right here. You can see this daily downtrend continued, and then this is very shallow bounce. So the next move right here should have been a bear break. Should have been the bears following through due to how shallow this bounce was. And then you can see the bears could not break that, and all this volume coming in from the bulls marked the bottom of that drop. And then we had a hourly uptrend confirmed right here, right when we broke this prior high right there. And you can see the amount of follow through coming in from the bulls right after that confirmed. And then we get some more follow through. Now we are back to a downtrend from the hourly. So the very first guide for you guys want to see is the confirming that hourly uptrend back to the bulls, and potentially see if we can hold this uptrending pink line that I drew earlier on that area. Bears, you're looking pretty. There's not a lot of things for you guys to worry about. If if you short you guys up in this range, then you are looking for that daily downtrend to confirm. And if this thing breaks, this pink looking support breaks, then we're looking back here to that quadruple bottom support right there. Oh, we'll take a look at the weekly for you guys long-term holders. What happens if we do break this pink one and the quadruple support? Then we have to scroll back to all the way to 2020. This is the lowest price it's ever been. And so we take a look. I'll redraw that volume profile for you guys to better understand it. So essentially now we got to see what was the most traded volume area here in this cluster. So we go to the indicator, we go to profile, we go to fixed range volume profile, and then we drag across it to that range we want to see. And now we have a volume profile of that area. So this this red line right there is the point of control, which means the most volume traded in that entire area. You can also see that bar as well. You can see the volume bar right there. So that would act as a support if we do get there. And then we just put a line across, see where it coincides. And if that breaks, we're looking at this value area low, which is the low range of the most volume traded area. See, outside of that range, it's just very, it's all like transparent looking because the volume is so low. All right, so let's zoom in here. So if that breaks, this POC is down here. That means we're looking down at this support. That's about 11% anyway. It's still quite a bit. So before we do look into that, obviously, we still need to break this pink line as well as this quadruple before we even hit these two. But that's giving you guys these levels just in case for you long-term holders and players. All right, 2 days looking a little bit like a head and shoulders. This shapes up, Then we break that quadruple bottom. That's a neckline. Then that's a confirmed head and shoulders pattern. But that's still quite a bit of ways. That'll be 11%. So very likely we'll still be within these levels into next week. By the end of next week, then I'll update you guys again. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG is the tradable ticker for symbol for gas. So obviously we want to chart both of those to get the best understanding. So this falling wedge is super clear for me, and it's been like that for a couple months. Rejection, 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 support, 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 and see if it keeps playing out. And right now it's that similar idea where it's big enough drop. This is a shallow bounce, and now we are potentially might form that downtrend into the daily downtrend into the lower lows. That would be if this daily downtrend forms, this will probably come down to here. There's also no support. You can see we are already, this is the all-time lows for the UNG. Let's see here, weekly. Yeah. Let's go back to the daily. And if we zoom in, if you're a short-term scalper, let's take a look what we have to see here. I'm gonna turn on. Same thing, hourly downtrend is confirmed here, right here. So, and you can see how it's this double bottom as well from NatGas because it follows NatGas. You can see this uptrend, hourly uptrend here is lost into here. So there, follow the hourly downtrend, and if you're bull, make sure the hourly trend change back to the bulls before you have more position, enter more positions. The 4 hour is also in a downtrend. See here as well. So that quadruple bottom is the most important for me. If that holds, the UNG is probably going to be trading around this level. If this quadruple bottom holds, if this pick line holds, then UNG will likely be holding this pivot. So we can potentially bounce as well if that's pivot uptrend support line holds. All right, so if you are a scalper and you like trading natural gas for volatilities, you can trade Boyle, which is a leveraged 2x ETF for UNG. So you can see just from this 1 day move, 17% on May. And if you go to that day on UNG, you can see that move was right here. That's an 8%, 8.4% move. So it's a 2x leverage ETF, meaning it will move twice as much. You don't want to hold these things because it can blow up people's accounts just from this little drop right here. It's a 40% drop just in a couple of days, right? Because of 2x. And if you're short, you'll play KOLD. You can see right here is a 17% drop because that day it went up 17% for oil, which is the opposite. So these two are good for scalping if you are a day trader. And those two I'll be looking at. So you don't want to be charting the leverage ETFs. You want to be charting the UNG and NatGas, and then play along while you're looking at those, because these are 2x. It will make the chart not technical, analytical wise. So there's no point charting the leverage ETFs. All right. If you guys got any questions on natural gas, feel free to let me know. And feel free in the comments, as well as feel free to subscribe if you guys made it this far. As well as if you guys learn anything, feel free to like, comment, share it below. As well as if you guys trade other tickers like in the markets, you know, the big tech stocks or SPY or ETFs, as well as QQQ. Make sure to check out my video from yesterday. I did a SPY and QQQ breakdown, as well as economic datas and sentiments from yesterday. And I did a brief update on the 6 big tech stocks yesterday as well. And tomorrow I'll do a very detailed one on Tesla, NVIDIA, Amazon, Google, Apple, and Microsoft, because those ones will be moving the market in coming weeks. Or they always move the market, but because of their weightings. But there might be a little bit of a red flag on those charts, and potentially you might get a red week next week. And yeah, make sure you check that out tomorrow, and as well as the video from yesterday for the market and the big tech stocks tomorrow. And have a great rest of you guys' weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow.